She saw her beauty scoop. She spoonful of rice. Then came another serving of spicy stir-fried pork she never ate. Suddenly, recalling her past life, how Bestie deliberately caused trouble, knocking her over while holding the meal, causing food to spill all over her. Pretended to be concerned, casually dumping the food in hand all over her face. Even pretending to smear the soup. With experience from her past life, Ji-won clearly knew whenever her bestie felt unhappy, she would scheme. So this time, Ji-won was cautious. Seeing the other wanted to repeat the trick, she first dodged sideways, then tripped her bestie with a swift move, achieving 2 goals with 1 action. Seeing both looking like wolves and foxes, Ji-won secretly cheered inside, because that male colleague was none other than her husband who caused her death in the last life.
Donnie! Are you hurt? Really? Isn't this your favorite shirt?
Honey sees the man wearing expensive luxury goods, regretting even more, but she never expected. This was only the first step of Ji-won's revenge. A month ago, Jae-won, who had no parents, just married her lover Min-hwan, only to find out she married a mama's boy. On the wedding day, her mother-in-law asserted dominance to teach Ji-won some rules, but because she couldn't get pregnant soon enough, her mother-in-law scolded her mercilessly. Her husband, for comfort, stayed home every day trading stocks, dreaming of turning his life around someday. Ji-won just wanted to reprimand him a little, but was rebutted by both mother and son. Ji-won, having no say, was also oppressed at work everywhere. Soon, she found her body already struggling to cope, starting to have frequent nosebleeds. After going to the hospital for a checkup, Ji-won was diagnosed with advanced stomach cancer. But when her mother-in-law and husband found out, they showed no sympathy at all, only adding insult to injury.
Why did my son have to marry someone like that?
Now that things were finally getting on track. Why such bad luck?
With technology so advanced these days, it'll be fine. Right? Don't even think about telling the company work until you can't anymore. Don't get emotional about it. Don't mention that. You are
Fortunately,
sick.
while undergoing chemotherapy at the hospital, she still had her best friend by her side. But what she didn't expect was the one she loved the most hurt her the deepest. Right after encouraging Ji-won at the hospital, So-min, who told her to live on, turned around and drove straight to Ji-won's house, getting intimate with Min-won like newlyweds. Meanwhile, coolest Ji-won was still worrying about the hospital bills. Her husband wasn't answering her calls, so she had to take a taxi home to get some money. Unexpectedly, the driver took her on a road she had never traveled before. Then, through a tunnel she had never seen, out to find a sea of cherry blossoms. Coming out to find a sea of getting out, the driver returned Ji-won's fare. This was one of the few acts of kindness she had felt since falling ill. Ji-won mustered all her strength, just barely making it home. But at the entrance, she spotted So-min's red high heels. Stepping over the scattered clothes on the floor, she slowly walked to the bedroom door. The following conversation hit her like a bolt of lightning.
Why did you think to take out cancer insurance?
Her dad died of cancer.
Well.
I noticed she was getting thinner and thinner.
Figuring it was about
So I took out the policy right away.
1 billion won, huh?
Yeah, if she dies. I've already cashed in the insurance money to buy you that bag.
Once Ji-yeon's gone, let's buy a house.
A house sounds great.
Honey, but that woman is lasting longer than I expected.
You two are absolutely insane!
The coldness of her husband combined with her best friend's betrayal pushed Ji-yeon past her breaking point, barging in and screaming at the despicable pair. But Min-hoon, who showed no remorse, still sided with her so-called best friend, even attempting to hit Ji-yeon. At this moment, the innocent act was dropped, standing smugly before Ji-yeon, telling her to face reality.
The living must move on. Since you're going to die anyway, why do you always think only of yourself?
Furious, Ji-yeon powered into the fake friend, but in the next second, she was suddenly shoved by Min-hoon into the coffee table, hitting the corner of the glass table. Ji-yeon thought her life had come to an end. Surprisingly, she woke up again, only to find Min-hoon trying to get intimate with her. Overwhelmed by instinctive fear, she screamed, grabbing anything nearby and smashing it at him. In front of all their colleagues, she grabbed his hair tightly. Just as the man was about to reveal his true monstrous nature, Minister Yu stepped in to separate, reminding Ji-yeon that this was the workplace. Only then did she calm down. Looking at the familiar yet strange faces around her, she couldn't believe what was happening. The needle marks on her arms were gone. Her complexion was now unusually rosy. No trace of illness remained. Still, in shock, Ji-yeon accidentally tripped in panic, knocking over the nearby kettle, and the boiling water was headed straight for the exact spot where she'd been scalded in her previous life. Once again, Minister Yu intervened just in time to save her, her heart still racing from the scare. As she saw her husband and best friend rush over, their ugly faces flashed through her mind, subconsciously want to escape. And when she sees the outside world, only then did I believe that I was reborn 10 years ago. After returning home, Ji-won enjoyed the long-lost instant noodles. Looking at the change with love in his hand, started to recall everything. My father was also on the bill. Draw a love pattern. This just reacts. Oh, 2 minus 2,084 to 6,308 GDP. I used to carry my own father who has been guarding himself. It was her father who gave her a chance to be reborn.
Dad! You should say hello to me!
Just as she was drowning in thoughts, the door was suddenly opened. The visitor is the scumbag husband of her previous life. She tried her best to contain her mixed emotions, and he came to a restaurant. During this period, I continued to receive short messages from my best friend. She only feels irony inside. Meanwhile, I began to question Ji-won's behavior during the day. She even struggled with her pregnancy. Only then did Ji-won realize she is reborn to the stage of having pressure gastritis. Often vomiting will inevitably make people misunderstand. But before she could explain, Meanwhile was in a hurry to let her get rid of it. Even say half the operation cost. Look at his hypocritical face. Ji-won also don't pretend.
Let's break up.
What?
You have nothing to say.
But Ji-won still underestimated him. Min-won is a face-saving. How to allow yourself to be dumped by others first. Think of the picture of scum. Once domestic violence, Ji-won is still instinctively afraid.
Why did you tell me to break up? Why did you?
I'm going to kill you!
You say, why do you? Why?
In a hurry, Ji-won shouted for help. Fortunately, there are passers-by to help. They got into the police station because of this. But the police only thought it is a little fight between lovers. Let them make up on their own. After returning home, Jae-yuan realized that every step of the plan must be carefully prepared for revenge. But when she looked at the remaining balance in her account, 500,038, the reborn her suddenly woke up. Min-hwan once invested in a stock, which was the only successful thing in his life. This might be her chance to turn things around. She immediately used her savings to buy into this stock. The next day, she went to the hospital for a checkup on time, preventing any potential cancer risks in advance. With health as her foundation, she could focus on studying stock market knowledge. Ximin kept calling frequently. Jae-yuan ignored all of them. After seeing them, Ximin's heart was full of thoughts for Jae-yuan, not quite understanding why he was being ignored. He just tried every way possible to please her.
If I die, you can have everything I own. But if you die, I will follow you to death.
UK.
Jiang is here.
Suddenly, the team leader spoke up, calling Jae-yuan over, mercilessly criticizing her planning proposal. Thinking back to her past life, her best friend resubmitted the same plan without changes and got promoted and received a raise because of it. Jae-yuan couldn't help but sneer. The team leader thought she was mocking him. His words became even more unrestrained, belittling all women in the process. Jae-yuan realized that to fight against these scoundrels, relying solely on herself was far from enough. She needed to find allies to team up with. Coincidentally, in the restroom that day, her colleague Xian sought help due to her period. Jae-yuan kindly offered assistance, even wrapping her clothes around Xian to avoid embarrassment. Xian felt deeply grateful towards Jae-yuan. She couldn't help but complain about those who refused to help earlier.
I knew it at a glance. The person who ignored me in the restroom just now was Zheng Ximin. Sorry, the person who just came in. Can you do me a favor? Not even prepared yourself, and still asking for help. What hassle!
With a common enemy, they quickly formed an alliance, leaving her best friend utterly confused. But she has never been an easy one. With the elevator packed, So-min got pushed right into Min-hyung's arms and seized the chance to pull a green tea move.
What perfume are you wearing?
This is...
Smells so good.
Yeah.
This particular cramped space let the ambiguous spark between them already start to take root and sprout. Under the boss's bullying, only So-min handles it with ease, even using the team leader to teach Hyun a lesson. To change the situation, Ji-won decides to team up with Manager Kim. Ever since she rejected the team leader's advances, she has been constantly suppressed, but her skills are undeniable. Ji-won finds Manager Kim, asking her to review a proposal. Manager Kim says it is quite innovative after reading, but Ji-won tells her no matter how good the proposal is, the team leader will send it back for revisions, because every time he reviews proposals, he is distracted doing other things. But kind Manager Kim doesn't believe it, so Ji-won makes a bet with her. If we just change the color and resubmit the new proposal, he definitely won't even notice. Next day, Manager Kim watches nervously as Ji-won submits the color change proposal, and then...
Are you kidding me? This is even worse.
Compared to the last one you gave me!